Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Nate. I wanted to do a quick video from our last war. We had two attacks on the same base that I kind of wanted to use as an example of what you're looking for if you're doing lightning spells with dragon attacks. There's a little bit of an art form to it, so you really got to be careful when you're doing any kind of dragon attack. Honestly, is they need to be focused. You really need to make your primary concern the air defenses, but we've had a lot of attacks that have killed air defenses and still not 100% cleared a base because of archer towers, or mainly archer towers, Teslas sometimes. Normally they're rooted a little deeper into the base so we can take them out, but the archer towers, if they're on the outside and if you get hung up in front of a storage, uh, it could be a problem. But I'm going to use two examples that I saw uh, for my for my dragon attacks here. Um, let's see. Let's go into our war replay. Okay, the first, and we don't have all of our replays, and that did kind of hinder us for this war. They did the update where they put in the air sweeper and a couple other things, but it really did hinder us as far as being able to scout from our previous attacks. But towards the end, we did have multiple people attacking the same base. The reason I wanted to show this base too is it's number 20. If you go over here and look, we attacked number 25 times. We also attacked number 22 5 times. This, when you see numbers like this is typically when we're going to be in trouble in a war. Look how many times their bottom guys got attacked. 2 times, 3 times, 2 times, 5 times, 3 times, 5 times, 3 times. When we're spending that many attacks to try to get a 3-star raid, then it really hurts us in the long run as far as being able to move up and to continue, 3-starring bases above them. So it's something as a whole we really need to try to work on, uh, talking it out, not making the same mistakes that others have already made. Like, I've seen so many attacks that were almost identical, and thinking that the results were going to be any different than they were the first time. So that's something to really consider, especially ground attacks. Ground attacks are really what I want to try to move everybody towards. I know dragons are strong, but you learn so much more about a base by a ground attack. You know where the giant bombs are, um, skeletons, even though you will know skeletons from air attacks, but you're not really going to adjust for them at all in a dragon attack. But you learn a lot, and it makes a hog raid, for example. If two people hog attack the same base, the first one might not get the 3-star, but he should expose the giant bombs so that the second person can adjust accordingly and be able to 3-star that base, knowing where the traps are. All right, let's get back to the replays. I'm not going to make this a really long video. What was it at? Okay, this was Eric's, or, not Eric, I'm sorry, Mike's attack on their number 20. I feel kind of comfortable showing this raid because, in all honesty, Mike is the or one of the best dragon attackers we have at the moment. So, for him to not do well is not that big of a deal because he's consistently 3-star rating Town Hall 8s. So, okay, we have 3 air defenses that are kind of almost in a row. He's going to take out the top left air defense and then use his king and a dragon to create his wall, his funnel on the right. This isn't a bad idea. I mean, it didn't it didn't work out real well. Maybe the dragons were maybe they ended up spreading a little too much. The clan castle troops got to him. I'm not sure. I've only watched this raid once. Okay, it's this air defense up here. It's taken so long to get to this first air defense that it's just pounding the drags. Like, you still got clan castle troops out, so they're not, the dragons aren't even advancing at this point. There they go. Now they're finally, by the time they got to that air defense, there's only 3 dragons left right there. One on the side that's been taking some punishment as well, but yeah. By taking out that back one, he still has 1 air defense that needs to be taken out. His balloons are ahead of his dragons at this point, so they're going to die quickly. They're not going to make it too much longer. And he's only got 3 dragons to try to clear all that. So it's almost, at this point, if he was going to attack from this side, it would have been better to go 2 rage, 1 heal, just because he would have moved in quicker and not taken all that abuse from that level 6 air defense. Okay, so the balloons are getting targeted now. They're going down. And they're pounding on the clan castle, which takes up quite a bit of time because of the hit points. There's a storage I was talking about before. Got 2 archers sitting behind a storage, and he doesn't even get a star. Okay, so what we learned from this, and what we can learn from this, is in these situations when you are going to attack somebody with lightning, you're not going to get the momentum. So if you're not going to get the momentum, you have to consider what's between you and your air defenses. In this situation, the gold storage, the momentum I'm talking about is from rage spells. Rage spells really push you into a base faster. It still leaves you exposed, but since you are moving in quicker, you're killing the defenses that are potentially hurting you. So it would have got to this air defense a little bit quicker. But coming from this side over here, we have a gold storage right here. Really, all this stuff, the hit points aren't that high. They should go down relatively quick. But this plays a big difference too, because the clan castle troops are going to stall you. They're going to make you kill them before you have a chance to kill this. And since the air defense is so far pushed out, it's going to be within range for your dragons the entire time. And that's I think that's ultimately why this raid failed, is because the location of this first air defense made it able to continuously attack the drags while the dragons were attacking the clan castle troops. But the second raid I want to show you is one that I've done myself in the past, and I've seen this person do it before as well. When you see your air defenses that are kind of lined up like this, we even see some that are in a straight line, but this is close enough. This is actually a really weak positioning for air defenses, and I'll show you why. Okay, this is Eddie's rage, or Eddie's raid. The dragon placement for me, it wasn't as uniform as when I was watching it live. It wasn't as uniform as I thought it could have been. Maybe I didn't scout this base beforehand, so maybe he saw it more than I did, because as we move forward, you'll see the dragons do stay in a perfect row, which is ideal for what you're trying to do. So, you know, ultimately, I guess it was a good drop, because as they move forward, You see how the dragons are lining up? Okay, right here. He's taking out the middle air defense. Now by the time the dragons get to this first air defense and kill it, remember the last raid we only had, what, 3 dragons left in the middle when that air defense went down and the balloons were advancing forward past the dragons already? Okay, at this point we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if he's lost a dragon yet. So that really puts yourself in a better situation. You're already working your way into the base. Your air defense is down. The second air defense is not going to be bothering you. And this is what's coming up is really key to this raid. When you line your air defenses up, they've got to be pushed towards the outside some. So he continues to kill the witch and let his dragons advance forward. Okay, now that the air defense is engaged, boom, he drops his balloons from the backside. He saw that there was only going to be one defense between where he dropped his balloons and where his balloons landed on the air defenses. So that was a really good decision to go ahead and drop them where he did. Now he doesn't have a whole lot of dragons left. There's only 3 left, I believe, and his last balloon just went down. But most of the defenses are gone. Wizard towers really don't do a whole lot to dragons because they're more of a splash damage dealer. Teslas can and will hurt you, but a Tesla's getting ready to go down. And once that happens, there's nothing left. There's nothing left in this base that can hurt him. I mean, he's just cleaning up. He's almost at 90% already, and he just moves his way through. Speed it up a little bit. Okay, so that kind of gives you two ideas of how to use lightning in a dragon attack. Things to think about while you're doing that. Now, I do want to say, so I'm not bashing Mike's raid too bad. Let me go back to it. There is one thing I noticed, that for a standard dragon raid, I do like the way he's very consistent with his dragon placement, and it's something that I see a lot of people attacking from corners, and 9 times out of 10 or 95 times out of 100 don't attack from a corner. A corner in most bases is going to be set just the way that the corner is. It's going to set to split your dragons in half, where half of them are going to go one direction, half of them are going to go the other. So if you're using rage spells or heal spells, they're a lot more effective if your dragons can be, I won't say right on top of each other, but if they're in a tighter row going right down the middle, then the spells can really affect more of your dragons and help advance them forward a little more. But watch how Mike drops his king and 1 dragon to cut the edges off of this base. This is something I really want to see people doing more. He drops his king on this side, drops a dragon on this side. And what he's doing is he's destroying outside structures so that when he drops his row of dragons in a minute, they're going to move inward. Now, you see the timing on that? A lot of people will sit there and let their king or their first dragon go until it dies, which is pointless. You're losing a dragon for no reason there. All they need to do is clear the outside structures. This is gone. This up here is gone. Once that happens, there's no reason to wait. Why not drop all your dragons, keep this one alive, a little bit longer by having his the other dragons come in and support him. Like, I've seen a lot of raids where the king will just kind of work his way across and move up the middle. And really, what you're doing in that situation, you want these structures here. You want these structures here because this is what the dragons are going to go towards. If you just cut a straight line across here with your king and just go across like this and destroy everything, then you're not really creating a funnel. You're just destroying the front troops. If you destroy stuff here and destroy stuff here, then that makes your dragons want to come in like that and in like this towards the middle. So from that aspect, I mean, it was a real good try, and it was a good drag and drop. It was just a tough base. I mean, it took 5 of us to finally 3-star this guy. So there's some validity to his base design being strong. But yeah, don't let your king just run around the front, and don't let one of your dragons just sit there and get pounded for no reason. You know, drop them, let them destroy 1, 2, maybe 3 structures at the most on each side, and get your troops in there and let them help. Let them do what they need to do. You know, a laboratory is not gonna. It doesn't have that many hit points. So dropping 2 dragons on it, it's gonna die quick. Gold mine, same thing. These structures are not like heavy structures that you do need to worry about letting something sit there and pound on it for a while. If there are storages out there, then yeah, sure, put your king on there and let him hit on it for a little bit before everything goes down, just so your dragons don't clump up on that storage. But in a situation like this, that was a really good timing job. He just killed that and that, killed that and that, got his dragons down. The only thing that stopped him really is the clan castle troops took too long, and then the dragons kind of gravitated towards this gold storage over here. And while they were doing that, this air defense killed them. But other than that, I mean, this is kind of textbook on how our dragon dropping should be in most cases. And in most cases, it's going to work. Eddie did a really good job of adapting by coming in from the side over here, but I don't want people to see that and think that needs to be the norm. You know, he's been in the clan for a long time. He's done a lot of dragon attacks, and he knows what he's doing. But there's a way that you can be uniform about it in most situations. Most situations you won't see air defenses lined up in a row like this. Most of the time they're set in a triangle, or a deeper triangle. In those cases, try this strategy right here. I mean, this is a good drag and drop to be able to take out a whole side, because if this air defense wouldn't have killed his dragons, they would have rode up perfectly right here and worked their way through the middle of the base. So that was a good job on that part, Mike. I'm glad I could use your raid to kind of show an example of how to drop dragons from the beginning. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. I'll send some more videos out with 2 rage, 1 heal, or 3 rage. You know, different options that you can use for dragon attacks. This was just a quick video I wanted to do with lightning, because I saw 2 bases attack with lightning and different strategies that had different results. But one more thing. When he scouted this is something that we really, as a whole, need to be watching too. He did a really good job of scouting this and seeing this weakness right here. This was big, and this when I first started going through and watching replays a minute ago, this is the first thing. I mean, this is like a sore thumb to me. If I could see, if you drop balloons on this guy, it has nowhere to go but straight for that defense. So this one, I'm almost negating this defense. Like, with my balloons, this defense is nothing to me. This air defense is gone. So by doing that, I'm assuming Eddie saw the exact same thing I did and said, you know what, if I take out this one right here, the only air defense I have to worry about is this one right here. So I'll take it from this corner and, you know, get as close to it as I can to try to attack it full steam head on. And it worked. And so it was a really good job by Eddie for doing that, and good job to Mike for, you know, showing us how to uniform drop dragons This is hopefully going to be helpful for some people. Like, this is a really good a learning tool right here, for especially for our newer dragon attackers. You know, don't spam them. Don't just spot drop them. Don't drop them on the corners unless you have to. And like I said, 95% of the time, it's not going to work because the dragons are going to split. All right, guys. Shoot me some questions if you have them, or like it if you like it. I'll probably do some more dragon videos because we do a lot of dragon attacks in the clan, so I really want our guys to be able to 3-star as much as possible with these dragon attacks to help us out in wars. But I will talk to you later, guys.